Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Erica, and today I am going to be talking about something that happened on YouTube, and it's actually a creator I don't really know much about, but I have looked into the situation, so I want to talk about it. But it's about a creator who I guess is a troll account, but we'll get into what I think of troll accounts and what is and is not trolling. But anyway, the account is DIY with Dean, and like I said, it seems from what I at least could gather that he is a troll account. Now, he's married to another YouTuber who I'm a bit more familiar with, not another housewife, but I don't know how much a spouse is culpable for their spouse's actions, and that is a question I am going to pose later in the video. But for now, we're just talking about DIY with Dean. And so if you don't know, he's been called out for a horrendous video where he was wearing blackface and making fun of black people, which is not okay. Blackface is not okay, and lost him from an honest conversation. Actually made a video on this, and it was very good. So if I remember, I'll try to link it down below, because I highly recommend watching that, because Blossom is a black woman, and I do not want to speak over black people, but you should watch that because she made some really good points. And I really thought it was a good video. For some reason, I'm stuttering a lot today. I don't know why. Sorry if that bothers you, but we just have to go with it, I think, because it's cold out. But he also said some disgusting things about Gabby Petito, and alleging that she slept with the police officer that pulled them over, which this is going beyond trolling. It's not a joke. She died. And blackface is not a joke either. And that's what I want to talk a bit about, is like, we have this idea that if we say, oh, well, my intent is just trolling, so I can say whatever offensive shit I feel like it. No. Being offensive is being offensive. If you want to troll like Trisha Paytas and say you're going to vote for Mitt Romney because you think he's hot, go ahead. But if you're making fun of black people and you're making fun of a woman that tragically died, then it's like, no, that's not trolling. That's using the label trolling to cover up your bigotry and your offensiveness. And also, I wanted to react to so there's another creator who goes by Beast Boy. Now, I am not the biggest fan of him because he has said quite some offensive things in the past, but DIY with Dean made a video in response to EX Beast Boy's video, and I found it to be extremely offensive, and he totally missed the mark. So I'm just gonna pull up that video. I'll probably pause the recording so that
sense. So this salty little chocolate chip thinks it's gangsta.
Okay, so he called EX Beast Boy a salty little chocolate chip, which is racist. If you don't know, BX Beast Boy is a black man, and even if I don't agree with a lot of what BX Beast Boy does and says, I want to make it clear that racism is racism, whether it's against somebody you don't like and don't agree with, or whether someone you do agree with. You cannot be racist and then be like, oh, well, he deserved it, because racism is still racism. And I realized I got angry. So this video is probably gonna be demonetized because I used the RACISM word, but at this point I don't really care. I think it's disgusting.
Have you seen your husband's shit?
Goddamn.
Have you seen how he is speaking about Gabby?
Gabby actually slept with that police officer, and Brian knew it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa is right. Find this woman. She sounds like a damn pirate with that deep ass voice. Sounds like she's been smoking a carton of cigarettes a day since she was 2 years old. Can you imagine what her husband thinks when she belts out and billows out in the middle of the night with that deep ass voice? Hey baby, let me suck your dick. He probably thinks his house is getting robbed.
Okay, so he's making fun of this way the woman talks. Now, DIY with Dean, if you are watching this, I dare you to make fun of the way I talk. I dare you. You can tell this is something that really upsets me, because I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos recently about the way I talk, and it is disgusting. You do not knock somebody's voice, their accent, their appearance, their race, their gender, their disability. That shit is off limits. You do not get to put that in your commentary or your trolling. God, I don't think I've ever gotten this angry in a video before, but just seeing him in blackface and the way he was mocking black people, and seeing how he's making fun of how this woman talks, and then seeing how he made fun of Gabby Petito's death, I am disgusted. Oh my God. No, I cannot imagine what her husband thinks. I don't know if she's married. I don't know if she's heterosexual, and frankly, I don't care. The way this man is mocking this woman while he's calling out EX Beast Boy for tearing down women is the most ironic thing ever, and frankly, it's disgusting. You know, it doesn't make it any less mocking if it's because a woman critiqued you. You are not only a racist, but you're also a misogynist. And I want to make it clear here that I'm not commenting on Marissa not another housewife, because I don't know her relationship. I don't know if she's talked about this with her husband, but this behavior is disgusting. But I'm not gonna judge her for being in a relationship with him. I'm just really disgusted with him. And I want to make it clear that it's him that I am disgusted with, and nobody else involved in this.
That's something about Gabby Petito. I'm telling you, this guy is more in touch with his feminine side than a female, folks. Or, I'm sorry, fam.
Giving a shit about what happened to a woman who was tragically murdered does not make a man in touch with his feminine side or any less than a man. It makes people a human being with empathy. You should try it sometime, buddy. Like, I mean, making fun of a murder victim is a whole new low. Do you not realize that this was a young woman who didn't deserve to be killed, who didn't deserve to face domestic violence, and yet she was. And the thing is not only are you making fun of Gabby Petito and you're hitting on her name by calling her an SLUT, but you're also making fun of all women, especially women that unfortunately have died tragically at the hands of a man. But it's just trolling, right?
That's her husband talking about Gabby Petito like that? Did you know Gabby Petito? Why are you so offended about the fact, the scientifically proven fact, that Gabby Petito was a slut? Why is that such a problem? See, later on in this video, he goes on to say how he's not a snowflake. I'm sorry, but snowflakes, in my opinion, is someone that gets overly sensitive about someone else's opinion. Dude, this is my opinion, fam.
I don't think it should matter if somebody knew somebody who was murdered in order to care that you're making fun of murder victims. Like, I don't know anybody who was in the Sandy Hook tragedy, but I still care when people are spreading these harmful conspiracy theories that it was fake, because I realize how much that affects the family, and I care about that. Because you know what? I'm a human being, and you can call it trolling all you want, but let's be real. You're just trying to be mean. You're just trying to be nasty and then hide behind the whole curtain of, well, this is just trolling. And I think as a society, we really need to talk about what is trolling and how is that different from being bigoted, being nasty, making fun of people, because I do believe there's a difference between that and trolling. And you can go back in my videos, like I have videos on Gabby Hanna, I have videos on Black Higolo, and how I don't think trolling is an excuse for bigotry. And one thing that I'm a bit conflicted about is a lot of people are blaming this on not another housewife, and while I can see where they're coming from, because to a certain degree, if you're in a relationship with someone and this is a pattern of behavior by staying with this person, to a certain degree, you are co-signing their behavior. And also when you become a YouTuber, you sign up to be a public figure. So then you're life is out there and things like this are fair game. But also I realize that every relationship is different. And also, if she's not the one doing this, then I don't know what her responsibility is in all of this. I know I've seen her response on like YouTube and Twitter, and I think I'm not liking her response to this whole situation, because I think she's getting defensive instead of taking a step back and listening and being like, wait, no, this is not okay. Even if I love someone, I can't condone this behavior. But I do think it is kind of a sticky situation, because where do we draw the line with guilt by association? So you're not only going to hold the person who did something accountable, but then you're holding their partner accountable, and then you're holding their partner's friends accountable. And like, I don't know how much that's really going to, number one, accomplish. And number two, why are we going to hold people accountable for something they didn't do, but someone they know did? You know what I mean? Like, we all have someone in our life that does stuff that we don't co-sign, and that we're like, I would not do that if I were you. And to be fair, I do realize that when you're in a relationship with someone, like, that's a choice that's different than like a family member, like a cousin or a sibling. Like, you can't control who you're related to, and you can control who you're married to. But also, I don't know if it's fair to hold someone accountable for what their partner has done, but I do think it is fair to hold them accountable for their reaction to what their partner has done and how they've reacted since. I just think it's a very messy situation. I think that about a lot of things on YouTube is, I know people say YouTube isn't real life, but I do think to a certain degree YouTube mirrors real life in the fact that, like, say you're dating someone and your partner does something not so great. Like, while you may not be held accountable for their actions, to a certain degree is going to affect you and reflect on you. So I don't necessarily agree with people when they say, oh, just remember YouTube isn't real life, because, like, a lot of life right now is on the internet. So I think the internet is a part of life. It's not life in and of itself, but I mean, like, what you post on YouTube is a reflection of who you are. If you would not say something in real life, if this guy, Dean, would not say this to Gabby Petito's family, then he shouldn't be saying this. If he would not don blackface and do that whole disgusting skit of his in front of black people in real life, then he should not be doing that on YouTube. And that's why I think when people say YouTube isn't real life, they're oversimplifying it and being like, oh, well, you could do whatever you want on YouTube because it's not real life, when it's like, but bad behavior is still bad behavior, even if it's on the internet. I know this was a bit of a ranty video. You can probably tell this is something that really bothers me, because I think this behavior is disgusting. And it's like, and it doesn't even affect me. But that doesn't matter, because you're a human being, and I feel like if you don't care about what happens to other people and what's affecting other people, like, I don't know, like, to me that's kind of selfish. To be like, oh, well, if you don't know this person, why do you care? And it's like, because I'm a human being and they're a human being, and I care about other human beings. I don't know. Hopefully this video was coherent in some way. I really just wanted to get my thoughts out there, and also say that I support Blossom from an honest conversation, and I also want to say to not another housewife that you taking something Blossom has said and apologize for and saying, what about this, that is what aboutism, which is deflection. And it's like, you should really focus on what's going on and the real issue at hand, because it's not about what Blossom said about Gabby handling 3 months ago. And yeah, I don't agree with what Blossom said in that instance, but that doesn't take away from your husband's actions. And yeah, that's about all I had to say. If you learned something, if you thought this was an okay video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not already and you would like to see more of my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.